Finally here, the moment that everybody's been waiting for almost 2 years. Yes, the Philippines is going to be opening up in 2 weeks for foreign nationals.
Hallelujah.
So stick around. This video is going to be very informative for you guys, not only talking about what to expect when you get here, but some warnings and disclaimers so that you don't fall into some pit holes while you're here in a foreign country. But before we get into the video, please be so kind and generous to subscribe to my channel. It's free, and I'll be giving you guys updates on things about the Philippines. And for my already subscribers, thank you very much. Your kindness and generosity is much appreciated. Now, we all know that the Philippines has been closed since the pandemic for tourism. Only foreign nationals that held a valid visa were allowed to enter, and returning Filipinos or OFW workers. It's been a painstaking process for families that wanted to visit their family members or their girlfriends and even wives. But this is the time where it all ends, and people had a teaser back in December where they were supposed to open up, but they pushed back due to the surge. We're finally here, February 10th. They're going to allow tourists back in. Now, there are some disclaimers and there are some differences once you do arrive here, just because it depends on the province you'll be visiting and what region you'll be going. Because every province has different requirements, and the government from each province, they kind of set their own restrictions based on the current situation. This decision comes after the Philippines have noticed their Asiatic neighbors opening up for tourists like Thailand and Vietnam. So it was going to happen, it was the inevitable, and let's just all be happy that this place is going to be open, and now all of the foreigners that have been trying to come here, they can come here. Alright, this is as simple as it sounds. February 10th, returning Filipinos and foreign nationals no longer have to abide by the mandatory quarantine rule as long as they're fully vaccinated. Okay, so that is the number one. And number two is you have to have a PCR, an RT-PCR test negative 48 hours before your departure date. Proof of vaccination for foreign nationals, either through the World Health Organization certificate or VaxCert-PH, certified, that is recognized by the Philippines. Aside from that, they also need a returning ticket showing that they will be exiting the Philippines at some point. And your passport must be valid for at least 6 months at the time of your arrival. Self-monitor yourself for 7 days, and if you do feel any symptoms, you have to report it to the local government, the local LGU from where you'll be staying. Okay, that's pretty simple, right? And just know if you aren't fully vaccinated or partially vaccinated, then you still have to do some quarantine. Once you do arrive here, this is the thing. It depends where you're going to be staying, because some places are different. Some LGUs or local governments, they do have their separate restrictions and guidelines. So you just want to phone whoever you're going to be visiting and get the scoop or the 411 on how things are being handled in their province, so that you can avoid any mishaps, right? For example, there are some provinces that require the whole family where you're going to be staying to be vaccinated. Means the house that you'll be staying at, they must all be fully vaccinated for you to visit their province. So it really depends on the place you're going to be visiting. Yeah, although the Philippines is opening, it still doesn't end there. You still have to follow some restrictions depending on the local government. Okay, that would be like the governor of that province, okay, or that region. So that would be it. That would be pretty much as simple as it gets. And it's going to be back open. Now, I want to warn you guys that you're taking a risk by coming here in this time, because the cases are still going up. And if you do happen to get the virus here, not only you, but everybody that you're with will be quarantined. So this is the downside of you coming here now and visiting. So if you do get the virus, you'll be quarantining somewhere, depending on where you're staying. They have like places set up in a basketball court, and you have like a little wooden cubby. It could get a little bit weird depending on your standards, So this would be the downside. And a lot of places do require you to wear this plastic face shield, and then obviously the face mask. And it's not like the US where they're very laxed on this. the people here, they're very obedient for the most part, and they follow the restrictions and the laws that the government applies. So you as a foreigner, you must abide by those too, you know. So these are the things that will be the downside of you coming now versus you waiting for this kind of things to clear up and the cases to go down. But you know, you've already been waiting for 2 years. I can imagine you're desperate, and your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance is desperate for you guys to break the distance. So pretty simple, guys. Quick video just to give you guys an update, and I gave you guys a few disclaimers and things to watch out for. Just make sure you do come here, still protect yourself. You don't want to get the virus out here. You will quarantine. They will forcefully make you quarantine. It's part of the government. So be careful, and watch yourself and the people that you will be visiting here. So if you did like this video and this was your first time on my video or on my channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much. And until next time, guys.